I want to welcome you to from the desk of the Executive Director of Back Bay Mission. We are on location, actually here at on our campus, Micah Day Center. The administration building is across the street. Our mission house is behind us. And one thing that gets very little play around here, I'm afraid, is this peace pole. I think you probably see peace poles in a lot of places. On our peace pole, it has English which says, "May peace prevail on earth." We've got Vietnamese for our Vietnamese community, which is pretty amazing and brilliant here. And Kevin and I believe we have German on the back side. And then actually on the other side, of course, we have Spanish. And so saying the same thing, may peace prevail on earth. And as I was thinking about this particular month, and we're embarking upon the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, which is really a time of gratitude and of peacemaking. And today, it is Thursday as we're filming, and this afternoon, we had probably a bit over 200 folks that received a Thanksgiving meal. One of our incredibly generous casinos here, Hard Rock Cafe, made the food. They came and we shared a meal with about 200 folks that were unsheltered, homeless, or in need of a meal. So that was a really peace-giving, peace-loving time. And I want to share a couple of items that I have here that mean peace to me. I spent some time on the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota, about 3 months actually total, and I got to know some of the indigenous folks there and some of the fathers and mothers of the ancestors there. And this is one of the things they shared with me. This is a stone which has the 4 colors, black, red, yellow, and white, symbolizing peace and symbolizing unity and symbolizing the diversity of the world. And this was a peace walking stick that they gave me as I exited the Pine Ridge Reservation on my last visit there. I haven't been back for a while, but this was a pole that was made for me to remind me that we walk on this earth and on this planet in peace. And so every time you move it, you say peace, peace, peace. Peace to this earth. And that's something we really need now, especially as I think about climate change. We need to offer the world peace. We need to walk gently and lightly. I do want to start a little bit as I'm talking about peace during this holiday month from November, Thanksgiving, which happens this Thursday, through Christmas. This is my very favorite quote from Martin Luther King Jr. He said, "If we are to have peace on earth, our loyalties must transcend our race, our tribe, our class, and our nation. And this means we must develop a world perspective." Man, in this time in which we are living, the polarization seems to continue. And it seems to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And I've been hearing some news stories on Mississippi Public Radio about how our school board meetings are really becoming incredibly polarized around masking and unmasking, around taking the vax and not taking the vax. Businesses, corporations, hospitals, places like our not-for-profit here, we're all divided on what do we do in this time of a health crisis. Masking, not to mask, vax, not to vax. Some people believe the vaccine is some sort of conspiracy. Others believe it's a legitimate, right, vaccine that's been produced by our healthcare companies, and people are all over the board. And what I'm experiencing is a real lack of peace of mind, peace of heart, and peace of spirit. So personally, I vacillate between being a pacifist and also believing in maybe what might be called the just war theory, right? Where there is some war that is justified. And there's a whole list of different bullet points to make sure that a war is justified. And then in the back of my mind, as a pacifist, I think, is there ever a time when war is justified? Is there ever a time where bloodshed is justified? And those are some things I'd like you to think about as you probably vacillate between this idea of a just war and maybe being a pacifist. But there's one concept that has really resonated with me, and it's just peace. Instead of just war, instead of pacifism, it's just peace. In other words, the whole just peace theory says that we work as hard for peace as we work for war. Work as hard for peace as we work for war. Think about that for a minute. I think that's a really, really important understanding and important concept. And in closing, I'd like to share with you a tattoo that I have here on my arm. This is a tattoo that is the word for peace in Arabic, in Hebrew, and in Greek, which represent our three major world religions. And very honestly, when you think about it, these three major Abrahamic religions, right? Islam and the Jewish community and the Christian community, all of these religious paths speak peace. They promote peace. It's really all about peace, and it's us as human beings that have taken those peace-filled messages from individuals like Muhammad and Jesus and Moses, and we've really kind of created them into weapons of warfare, really, rather than weapons of peace. I've been having a lot of conversations with people over the last few weeks that have been talking about religion and how the Bible says that this vaccine is the mark of the beast. And I think how erroneous that is, to take something that could be a gift, or even take the Bible and turn it into kind of something used for warfare, for division, for those things that don't promote peace. So as we're moving into these next 4 weeks in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I would ask that you think specifically about the gift of peace. Think about peacemaking. Think about how whatever your religious tradition is, if it's Muslim, if it's Jewish, if it's Christian, think about the messages of peace and focus on the messages of peace. And as we spend time with our families that sometimes are unpeaceful because of our divergent views and because we're polarized, just try to really focus on those things that bring peace. Because I think for all of us right now, we kind of need to bring our energy down, right? We need to find kind of that inner core of love and mercy and grace and peace within us, to just bring the volume down, bring the division down, and start to come together really over what I see as the most beautiful gift of all, and that's the gift of peace, which we herald during this time of Kwanzaa, of Christmas, the time when really right now the Muslim community does the same, and the Jewish community with the menorah. It's all about peace and all about finding that center. So I encourage you to find peace, shalom. Whatever it is, however you find it, but really focus during this month and this season on the gift of peace. And we'll be sharing that here at Back Bay Mission with the people that we work with, like we did today with the meal. It was really a meal that provided peace and goodwill. So share food, share goodwill, share peace, share love during these holiday seasons. So thank you for joining me. As again, we always appreciate your prayers. We appreciate your good energy being sent toward us. We appreciate the gifts of clothing, of underwear and socks, of coats and hats during this colder season, and especially your financial gifts. So we thank you for giving and during this incredible season of giving. So bless you each and every day. Thanks for joining me.